This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.
I'm Shari Botwin.
And I'm Eric Schwartz.
And I'm David Smith.
We'll be bringing you all the action live from Boys Gymnasium on the campus of Cherry Hill High School East.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start the meet. The following teams are entering the floor. East Brunswick is on your left, and Cherry Hill East is on your right, and West should be coming down any minute. You guys want to say something? I don't know what.
Well, they're still being
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now entering the floor is the Cherry Hill West team led by Coach Ken Karch.
The coach of the Cherry Hill East Tumbling Cougars is Mr. Lou Frank. The team is captained by Richard Highland, Prince Lau, and Scott Drucker. Unfortunately, Drucker will not be performing tonight due to a head injury suffered in practice on the rings. He will be replaced by another East gymnast.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be starting any minute, and the first apparatus that we're starting with is a floor exercise. West will be competing first. Up first for West will be Mark Donofrio.
West.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mark has now started his exercise. He starts his first run with 2 back handsprings. He's now doing a scale to show his flexibility and balance. Into a tumble, and he's getting ready to do his second run. Cartwheel into a front walkover, into another cartwheel, and into another handstand to show some more of his flexibility. He's now started the third run with 2 back handsprings. Very well executed, Mark. The scores shall be up any minute.
For East, the floor exercise will start with Dave Lean, Prince Lau, Ari Goldstein, a scratch and stock Scott Drucker, who will be replaced soon, and Rich Highland.
Next up for Cherry Hill West is Dino Ramos, a junior. The scores for Mark were 2.7. Dino just completed his first run, is now doing a scale to show some of his flexibility. Okay, Dino is now about to start his second run. He just did a flip into a tumble, into a front walkover, and into a one-handed cartwheel. He's doing very well so far. He's now starting his third one with a back handspring, which was beautiful. Okay, we will now be waiting for his scores. Next up for Cherry Hill West is Michael Collins, another junior, who's also one of the leaders of the team. Okay, the scores for Dino are a 3.3. Michael Collins is now about to start his routine. Starts his routine with a back flip, beautifully done. A back handspring, he had a little trouble there. Into a straddle to show some of his flexibility. And he proceeds with a straddle handstand. He's now getting ready to do his second tumbling run, which was front walkover, excuse me. And a scale. As you can see, Michael is one of the more experienced members of the team and has been performing on the team since he was a freshman in high school. He's now getting ready for his final run. He finishes his run with a back handspring into a flip. He wobbled a little there and tripped, but pretty well routine. Okay, next up for Cherry Hill West will be Sam Lassiter. Okay, the scores for Michael are a 4.5. Sam is now about to start his routine. Sam starts his routine with 3 back handsprings into a single flip. He's also performing a scale, but it's a little different than the other routines at so far. He starts his second run with a front flip. He wobbled a little there into a front walkover. Sam is now getting ready for his next run. He's having a little difficulty today with his straight legs and stuff, but he's doing pretty well. Just completed his final run, 2 back handsprings into a flip. Beautiful job. Finally, last up for Cherry Hill West for the floor exercise is Mark Lassiter, who's probably the most experienced member of the team and the strongest member of the team. The scores for Sam are, as we wait for him to turn it around, a 4.7. Okay, Mark starts his routine with beautiful 2 back handsprings into a layout. He's now preparing for his second run. Okay, he's about to complete his final run of the event. He's having a little trouble there with the handstands and the balance. Completes his run with a back handspring and a one-handed back handspring, but fell out of line a little bit, but he did a pretty good job. You have to announce. You have to do it. Huh? It's on the floor. Ha. You have to announce. Go ahead, the first.
And now for the Cherry Hill East Tumbling Cougars. First up on the floor exercise.
You know his name? It's on your sheet.
Will be
Okay, Mark's scores were 6.3.
Alfred Alon, replacing Scott Drucker, has now started his floor exercise routine. Just moved into a scale. Now front walk over. 2 back flips. He ends his makeshift routine pretty well. Now Dave Lean, a freshman, will start his routine. Alon receives a 2.5. Not bad for replacing Scott Drucker. Lean starts his routine. One flip. He works into a scale, tries to hold his balance. Does a little break dancing. One walk over and a turn. Does a forward roll. Now backflip. Another flip. Tries to hold his balance. 3 straight flips and a nice landing. Dave received a 2.8 on that. We'll see if we can work our way up even more with the senior Prince Lau. Starting his routine with jump over and a flip. He loses his balance. He holds on. Very dynamic routine for Lau. Pushes up into a handstand. Two flips. Back tuck in the air. Shows nice balance in a scale. Works it into a straddle roll. He pushes up from the V seat. It's an excellent routine for Prince Lau. He's ending with 1, 2, 3. 3 back handsprings, and he holds it. Lau's bound to get good numbers on this one. Now the sophomore Ari Goldstein stands in. Varsity, 2 straight years. We're bound to see a nice performance from Goldstein. Lau gets a 3.8. Now Goldstein starts his routine. Handspring into a layout. He tries to hold it. Terrific run. Now one handspring into a flip and a rollover. Dutchman down. He's doing a great job. An extremely dynamic performer. Another layout. Pushes himself up. Holds his balance. He almost loses it there on the scale, but he hangs on. 3 handsprings into a layout, and he holds it. Dynamic routine. Very nice job for Goldstein. Strength and poise shown on that routine. And now Rich Highland will follow. I feel sorry for him. Having to follow Goldstein's routine. Goldstein receives a 6.1. Great job. Oh my, and he can't hang on to the twist in the air. Pushes himself up. Now he works his way into a handstand. Flip handspring, flip handspring. He's holding on to the scale. Nice balance. To the corner for his dismount. Flip. Another handspring and a flip. Oh, he falls. Couldn't hang on to that one. Pushes himself up. Nice show of strength there. Back into the corner. 2, 3. Back handsprings and into the landing. He hangs on to it. Nice job.
You guys are first on the side, so you don't have to go yet. But I'm just going to save it for the next apparatus. So let's go say what happens so you see. Alright? Can I see your sheet of paper?
Nice job for Highland. Except for a couple mistakes. He's not too happy with his performance. I think he could have done better. We'll find out the score in a second.
When I announce the horse, can I borrow your paper so I can...
Receives a 7.2, a nice job.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will move on to our next apparatus. We will go to the side horse, and East will lead off in this event.
Leading off for Cherry Hill East will be senior Mark Thorpe. Mark has been involved in the gymnastics program in all 4 of his years here at East. On the pommel horse for Cherry Hill East, it's Kevin Johnson. Kevin moving slowly. His dismount. Standing ovation from the crowd. Kevin receives a 0.8. Mark salutes the judges. And he mounts the horse. Scissors. It's a gorgeous traveling back scissors. Nice job. He holds it. Now for the dismount. Nice job, Mark. The score in a moment. Next up for the Cougars, Ari Goldstein. Mark receives a hard-earned 2.0. Ari salutes the judges. And he mounts the horse. Gorgeous leg circles, front and back scissors, walking, traveling back scissors across the horse as he prepares for a difficult dismount. There it is. Nice job, Ari. One of his best performances of the year. Next up for the Cougars on the pommel horse, Richard Highland. Richard is a senior at East. He is one of the 3 co-captains. And there's the score for Ari Goldstein, a 3.1. Nice going, Ari. Now up for the Cougars. Kevin Johnson. Kevin performing scissors. Back scissors across the horse. Nice little Thomas Flair. He's really working that horse. Prepares for his dismount. Nice job, Kevin. Now up for the Cougars, Richard Highland. Richard, who's been involved with gymnastics since he's been 2 years old, is looking for high scores in this event. Scores for Kevin Johnson, 3.3. Richard's working that horse to perfection. Gorgeous scissors, flares. Excellent work. And he prepares for a dismount. Nice job, Richard.
Are you finished? One
Gorgeous handstand dismount for Richard Highland as he awaits his scores. Cherry Hill East has completed the pommel horse, and now over to Sherry with Cherry Hill West on the horse.
Okay, first up on the side horse is Sam Lassiter. Sam starts off by attempting to do some scissors and continues to do some scissors into some flares. As you can see, the side horse is probably one of the most difficult apparatuses because of the strength that is required in order to be successful on the horse. Next up for Cherry Hill West is Mark Lassiter, Sam's older brother. The scores for Sam were a 1.4. Excuse me for my error. Next up on the side horse is Michael Collins. He prepares his dismount and starts doing some scissors into some flares. Into a handstand, one-handed handstand dismount. Very well done, Michael. Next up for Cherry Hill West is Jay Kaufman, one of the other seniors members of the team. The scores for Michael were 2.0. Shut up. Shh. Okay, Jay prepares to dismount. Having a little difficulty. to some scissors and flares. One of the requirements. Okay, nice job, Jay. Jay will go back and redo his dismount. Okay, he did a nice job that time. The scores for Jay were a 3.2. Okay, next up for Cherry Hill West is Eric Karn, another senior member of the team. If you're wondering where all this cheering is coming from, it's because East Brunswick has just completed the floor exercise and they're all right behind me, so sorry about all the interruptions. Eric Karn is preparing for his mount. Having a little trouble keeping his legs straight, but other than that, doing fairly well. He does some scissors and flares, some more flares. He's getting ready now to do his dismount. Very nice routine, Eric. The score for Eric is a 4.0.
Now up for Cherry Hill East on the vault is senior Prince Lau. Prince will be performing at exhibition.
At the same time, West will be performing on the rings against East Brunswick.
That was a gorgeous vault by Prince Lau, a senior who has been seen in many plays at Cherry Hill East, namely Man of La Mancha and the Charles Dickens novel Oliver.
So you have to work together.
Next up for the East Cougars on the vault is Kevin Johnson. Kevin comes sprinting down the runway. Forms a gorgeous layout, vault, followed by a forward roll. Kevin was merely performing an exhibition and his vault was not scored.
Could you guys move down like a little bit? Because we're trying to tape this. Just move down like this.
Kevin Johnson once again.
Thank you. What do you call it?
A gorgeous layout back double Sukahara. Next up for Cherry Hill East in the vault is Richard Highland.
Yeah, I know the. That's a hand. Isn't that a hand?
Beautiful layout vault by Richard Highland. He scores. Richard scored a 7.6. Now up for Cherry Hill East is David Cliff, senior. Gorgeous vault by David. He'll be sure to receive excellent scores for the vault. Goldstein, a sophomore, performing a vault, and he scored a well-deserved 8.8. Nice job, Ari. Now up for Jerry Least. On the vault is senior Evan Richmond.
Okay, West is now getting ready to prepare to start their third apparatus, which will be on the rings. Starting off will be Jay Kaufman, a senior at West.
That was a gorgeous vault by Evan Richmond. He'll surely score high on that double back Sukahara with 3.5 twists.
Okay, Jay prepares to mount. Let me see that.
Evan scored a 9.1.
He starts out with the press. Goes into a handstand, into a giant, and dismounts with a straddle flip. Nice job, Jay. Okay, next up for Cherry Hill West will be Sam Lassiter. The scores for Jay were a 1.5. Sam will now mount. Sam starts off with the press routines. Very good job. Seemed like he knew what he was doing out there. Okay, next up for Cherry Hill West will be Joe Del Campo. He's also a senior at West. The scores for Sam were 2.3. Joe starts off with a press. To another press and into a handstand to show his strength and flexibility. Very nice routine, Joe. Joe receives a 2.0. Next is Michael Collins. Okay, Mike starts off with the press and into a handstand. This is also one of Michael's stronger routines. Mike is doing a very good job out there right now. He seems to be confident and knows what he's doing. He dismounts with a flip, backward flip. Very well done by Michael. The scores for Michael were a 4.4. And that concludes the third apparatus completed by both Cherry Hill East and West.
And now Cherry Hill East is about to start performing on the rings.
Just one exercise. Move. Next up for Cherry Hill West is Sam Lassiter. Forms a front handspring, beautifully done. Okay, West hasn't officially started, but they're in the process of practicing right now. Okay, it looks like the West team is about to start the vaulting competition. The team will be led off by Jay Kaufman, a senior. Jay completes his routine with a jump over. Jay will be performing a second vault. The gymnast has a choice. He is allowed to do one or two, and if he does two, they take the better score and use that for the computing. Okay, it looks like Jay regained himself a little bit, but still had a little trouble. Next up for Cherry Hill West will be Eric Ruffin.
Now Jason Schaefer. The microphone. Hold down for this now. Now wait to score.
Okay, the score for Jay is as follows. 6.3. Okay, Eric Rustin also completes a jump over. Did a very good job.
Now Ari Goldstein, Breeze completes on the rings. After Jason got a 2.6.
Shit. I'm sorry. Eric receives a 6.5, and next is Dino Ramis, who's vaulting right now. Does a front handspring, and he does a beautiful job.
Back east in the rings, Ari Goldstein with a stunning performance.
Okay, fourth for West is Michael Collins. The scores were 7.3 for Dino. Okay, Michael Collins completes his vault with the front handspring.
Ari Goldstein awaits his score after that fantastic performance on the rings. It's a 3.8.
Okay, Michael Collins receives a 7.1, and last up for Cherry Hill West is Sam Lassiter. Sam performs a front walkover, and he does a beautiful job, just steps a little out of place, but besides that, it was almost flawless.
Now we're silent for East on the rings. Pushes himself up into the
Just hits. Okay, the score for Sound was a 7.5, and that completes the fourth apparatus for Cherry Hill West.
Most of this is going to be Cherry Hill East. Why? Because Mr. Hampson didn't film all of West. So I kept telling you that you don't just do West.
We did West and East. We're doing both. We were going back.
But I haven't heard you say East in like.
He's been saying it the whole time. West will be starting any moment on the high bar, and first up for West, horizontal bars will be Sam Lassiter. They haven't begun yet.
Score for Mark Philpott. Parallel bars is 3.6.
Yeah. Yo, tell him to say that again. His mic came on.
The score for Mark Thorpe on the parallel bars is 3.6. Next up, Ari Goldstein.
Okay, Jay Kaufman just completed his first routine, and now Sam Lassiter will follow.
Ari salutes the judges and begins his routine.
The score for Jay is a 2.8.
Ari with a nice handstand.
Don't
Swing to a turn.
do that. I have to announce, and you have to announce. You can't just explain the whole routine. Because the most important thing is to have the
And a
name.
beautiful dismount by Ari.
You can't do that.
Excellent.
You cannot do that. How come I cannot talk when you're talking the whole time? You're talking the whole time.
Why don't you just do what he said?
Because I have feelings. Unfortunately, Sam had a little problem there and fell off, but he will get back on.
The score for Ari Goldstein on the parallel bars is 5.4. Now back to Sam.
Okay, next up for Cherry Hill West on the high bar is Dino Ramos, a junior at West. Scores for Dino were, the scores for Sam were 2.0, and Dino will now start his routine. Dino starts his routine.
On the parallel bars for Cherry Hill East, Prince Lyle.
Dino's having a little trouble, but is doing a pretty well job. No, I can't remember. Next up for Cherry Hill West on the horizontal bars will be Michael Collins. Why? Why do you keep doing that?
Prince Lyle is about to do his dismount.
You don't have to announce that. Nobody cares. They just need to know who it is.
Nice job by Prince.
The scores were a 2.0 for Dino. Michael will now begin his routine. This is probably one of Michael's stronger apparatuses because of his strength and experience on the gymnastic team.
The score for Prince on the parallel bars was 4.4.
Michael completes his dismount with a back tuck, beautifully executed. And that concludes the apparatus event for the horizontal bars for Cherry Hill West.
Dismounting from the parallel bars, that was Richard Hyland, senior co-captain at Cherry Hill East.
The scores for Michael are a 3.5, and that concludes the fifth apparatus event. Are you announcing it? I don't know what's next. We're on the parallel bars, you're on the horizontal bars.
A tremendous score for Richard on the parallel bars.
for third. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 apparatuses, the scores are East Brunswick in first place, Cherry Hill East in second place, and Cherry Hill West in third place. The competition is very stiff between Cherry Hill East and West, while East Brunswick has a wide margin of a lead. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Cherry Hill West is about to start the final apparatus of the evening. They will be performing on the parallel bars, and first up for Cherry Hill West will be Jay Kaufman. Jay is ready to mount. Jay starts with a forward roll. Completes the routine.
Now we start the competition on the high bar.
The score for Jay is a 3.4.
He's having a little difficulty, but now he works his way up and looks like he has a little difficulty getting around.
Joe is now ready
He
to
does a
start his
pirouette.
routine.
And works his way up.
Joe starts by performing a shoulder handstand. And has a little trouble and falls off, but he will get back on. He has 10 seconds to get back on without being disqualified. Okay, next up for Cherry Hill West will be Dino Ramos.
As we've seen
Jr.
throughout this meet, the sophomore can really perform. There's a pirouette. He's a gymnast at heart. He uses his strength and agility to
The
make the
score for
most
Joe
out of these apparatuses. Another pirouette.
is a 2.2. And Dino will now get ready to
Works
mount.
his way up. Stands. Backwards giant circle. Dismount, one step back, but nice job for Ari.
So far, Dino is doing a very good job. Okay. Next up for Cherry Hill West will be Eric Carter Sr.
And we see another two back circles from
The score for Dino is a 3.2.
nice dismount, nice job.
Eric is now ready to begin his routine. Okay, Eric starts off pretty well, but is having a little trouble right now. Goes into a straddle and a reverse and dismounts and does a very good routine. Last for Cherry Hill West will be Michael
Now in the high
Collins.
bar. You have Scott Drucker substitute.
The
A lot
score
of
for
great
Eric is a
moves.
3.5.
2 consecutive giant circles into a pirouette. Layout, dismount, not a step. Great landing. He's got to receive high scores on that one.
Okay, now Michael is about to start. Salutes the judge. Goes into a straddle handstand. Michael definitely does not have a problem with flexibility and strength, as you can see. Go into a handstand to show his flexibility once again and dismounts from the bars. It's an excellent routine. Okay, Cherry Hill West has just completed their 6 apparatuses. High bars. First we will Okay, Michael received a 4.8. Not a bad score at all. What's your name? So, David, what did you think of the meet tonight?
Well, in general, I thought the East Brunswick team was superb, but East and West, they held their ground.
It's pretty close, I think, because we were both missing our number 1 gymnast. We were Cherry Hill West was missing Mark Lassiter after the first apparatus, and you were missing.
Scott Drucker
Right.
after an accident in the warm-ups on the rings.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hang tight. We'll find out the scores any second. Don't change that channel. Cherry Hill West comes in third with a 76.1.
With a 99.3 score, Cherry Hill East finished second.
And first place was East Brunswick with a score of 138.
Obviously, you can tell we're sitting in front of the East Brunswick side of the auditorium.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight and tuning in to Cable 18. Have a good evening. This has been Shari Botwin
With David Smith.
This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.